Hey YouTube, gonna do a review today. I don't really do reviews too often, but I think I'm gonna start doing them a little more. Let me get my camera centered a bit. Okay. Alright. Today, I'm gonna review a G-Shock. It's a really underrated G-Shock in my opinion. This has been worn a couple times, but I like to keep it either in my watch box or in the metal tin cases or whatever kind of case the actual G-Shock comes in. So today, really underrated watch in my opinion. I'm surprised more people don't have this. It's not that rare to find. It's a G-Shock G-Lide, and this is model GLX6900A-2. And as you can see, we got a blue. It's kind of a deep blue, almost a little purplish, but no, it's definitely blue. Now the thing that stands out on this watch to me, and some of the reasons why I feel it's kind of weird that it's just kind of uncommon for people to have these, is the color scheme's really awesome. Also, there's a lot of detail in this watch. And if you see on the bezel, the case, this is the same case design as the 6900. The DWs, the G6900s, the GW6900s, and I just prefer these watches a lot more than your regular 6900 because there's so much more functions in this watch. I mean, G-Shocks really have two compartments. I mean, there's the look of it. Then I don't want you to forget about the functions. I mean, these watches wouldn't be anything without their functions. So I think some people get lost in that sometimes. They get too concerned with the fashion of the watch and don't actually care or know anything that the watch actually does. But let's take a look at the outside of this. As you can see, we got blue bezel. Up top, it's almost like a fuchsia color that says G-Shock. And then we got a bright yellow G button. We got the circle over here that's it's the moon graph, yellow. And then if you see up top where it says THU for Thursday, when the light's not on, there's actually like a faint shade of greenish blue versus the rest of the screen, which is just very neutral. So that's kind of the front of the watch. Oh, and the split reset, the start stop, the mode, the adjust, all these little accents right here is in like a lighter blue. So the camera will focus. Then if you look at the dial, this is one really cool touch that definitely like makes the whole appealing aspect of its appearance. This circle inside the glass, the outer ring of the glass. So it's purple, it's almost matching that fuchsia at the top where it says G-Shock. Purple, it's pinkish purple, and then it gets darker purple around the sides as it goes to the top into a blue. I just think that's awesome. And then I don't know if the camera's going to pick this up. Now behind where it says Casio and on the sides right here is black before you get to the screen where you can see the digits. It has this checkered pattern. Let me see if I can show. You can kind of see the camera's not really focusing in. Try to hold it at another angle. Yeah, you can't really see it on the camera. It's too bad. If you look some pictures, stock pictures of stuff online, you might be able to see it. They tend to kind of make things a little more cartoony when they're advertising the watches because it makes them a little more appealing. Let's take a look at the band too. Band says G-Lide right here, and then also on this top half right here, it's got this blue, but it's kind of glossy checkered pattern. It's a really nice touch. And then it says Tide Graph up here in yellow, and right here you got more of that checkered pattern. And I don't know, it makes me think of like a finish line at a race or something. Now the GLX series, they have the 5600s, they have these. Now they have the GLX150s. If you know that new case design, they got Tide and Moongraph, so they're all geared towards surfing, or a lot of surfers and stuff like that. I live in Boston and in LA. I kind of split my time between there, and another reason why I'm surprised this watch isn't so popular is because it's got the surfer functions, and then these are very like West Coast surf colors. That West Coast kind of, I wouldn't call it streetwear, but kind of like street/surf wear. Like Information's definitely kind of brand like that. These colors are just awesome to me. Maybe it's my own personal opinion. Maybe I'm on a boat here, but I mean, I just love it. Let's take a look at some of the functions on the watch. So, as you can see, we got the time. Try to focus up. We got the time. We got the date right below. Now, cool thing on this watch, one touch of a button, you go to military time. I really like that function. My girlfriend's a nurse, and sometimes she works overnights, and she has a G-Shock Mini right now. It doesn't do this with one button. It can go into military time, but not with one button. That'd be really cool for her. Okay. Okay, so when you go to your first function off the home screen, you get your moon data. This 14.8 tells you the age of the moon. Keep in mind, it still has the date at the bottom, 8/2, August 2nd. Now, if you press adjust while you're in the moon function, it will go right to tide function. Now, as you see up here, right below it says tide, but above the 6 o'clock, that's the tide graph. So, where it's reading right now, it's filled in the second thing to the right. That's actually saying that it's low tide, but it's rising, because you can see the thing after it's going up. And then you can switch the hours, and it will tell you, so you can see the tide thing moving. It will tell you what the tide's going to be at that time. Make sure if you get one of these watches in the manual, you can also do it online. It will tell you where to look in the, it will tell you a city code to type in, so you get the correct tide data and moon data for the current location you're at. Excuse me for the coughing. Next function, stopwatch. Every G-Shock has a stopwatch, at least everyone I know of. But not every G-Shock has, not every G-Shock has two stopwatches. There's stopwatch 2. Focus in again. Now, I don't know if you can see. Do you see over here? There's a little blinking going on. Now, I'm not sure exactly how that works, but that's kind of telling you that you're in stopwatch mode. The longer the stopwatch is, the longer the time elapses, the more of this gets filled in. So remember, I ordered one of these watches. I actually ordered an Information one. It was the Battleship Gray. And the stopwatch was running. It was new, but for some reason the stopwatch function was running when I received it, and like all of this whole thing was filled up almost. It was pretty cool. After the stopwatches, you got timer, and you got some alarms. So, alarm 1, alarm 2, alarm 3, alarm 4. That's the signal. If you want it to beep or do a double beep on the hour. And then you got your snooze alarm. So it's got 4 alarms plus a snooze alarm, so 5 in total. Which, the only other 6900s that have that are the solar or multiband 6 solar ones. So the G6900s and the GW6900s. Then you got world time. You got it set to London right now. You got the Olympics going on. So I wanted to set it to that. And then we're back to our home screen. So there's definitely a lot more functions on this watch than there is on your standard like M&M, the DW6900 NB7. That's a really popular one. the G-Shocks that the 6900s that come close in functionality to this are definitely the solar and multi-band 6 ones. Obviously, the multi-band 6 ones and the solar ones are solar powered, and some of them are atomic, so they'll sync at night. But they do have the world time with all the different cities. I think I didn't go through the world time, but I think it's 24 cities and 48 different time zones. I'm not positive on that. So there's like multiple cities in different time zones. So yeah, just really nice looking watch. Maybe this video will get some people into it a bit more. Please comment if you got any questions or just like to add anything to it. Also subscribe if you like. I'm going to try to keep adding some more G-Shock videos. I actually got a video up right now of a couple watches for sale. I'm sure by the time you guys check out those watches might not be for sale, but as of the beginning of August 2012, they are still right now. I want to give a shout out to Danny Handsome, G-Shock Zone, some of the guys in Watch You Seek, Chavo. I like seeing some of your videos. You're pretty up there on the G-Shock Zone. You're posting stuff pretty often. TCF crew. I've only talked to that dude a little bit, and I don't know if I've talked to Monty a little bit. I don't really know him that well at all, and I haven't really talked to him. But the guy, I wasn't even looking for him, but he just pops up when you look for G-Shocks. Was G-Dub? He's kind of the one on the forefront of the TCF, and I've been watching his videos, and even more than that, Mike 835 down in Miami. That kid definitely inspired me to start collecting. I only started collecting in January. I'm at the point where I'm having to spend my money on watch boxes as well as watches because I've been collecting so many. But yeah, shout out to and Danny. Danny's really Danny Handsome. You just see a little of him. You might not know. You might not think he knows a lot, but and he goes hard with the G's. Him and Mike 835 probably have the most G-Shocks out of anybody that I communicate with, and obviously yours, if that's how you pronounce it. I think he's got the biggest G-Shock collection ever. But yeah, just wanted to say what's up to you guys, and keep doing your thing. Alright, comment, subscribe. Thanks.